too, because I have seen and I have heard.
Mm-hmm.
And when things are being done well, it's important to recognize and appreciate. And information is always good for the public.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that membership, you want to grow your membership.
Yes.
I understand also that your members are doing an awesome job.
Mm-hmm.
They've been getting great reviews from
Yes.
persons. So we want to keep up the good work.
Yes.
So let's talk. What are some of the current programs that DHTA is working on?
So one of the roles of DHTA, the main role, of course, is advocacy. But what we also do is implement programs and or products that will help not just individuals within the tourism industry, but anybody in any industry. So, for example, we've reintroduced Act Talk workshop, which is action through collaboration in tourism. So these workshops, they take on different topics, and we do 2 a year. The first one we did was bringing a group. All the participants were asked to identify activities in their communities that can be developed into a tourism product. Because one of the things in Dominica is we oh my God, we have so much. And for us, it's just, it's just the basse. You just go down the river and you just, but for the rest of the world, that's an invaluable product, as you've, identified in the recent article. So we worked with our participants in identifying things within their community and working with them to develop it into a product, develop a marketing plan, and how to package it as a product. So we're hoping next year to see how many of those get rolled out. So that's one of the things that we do. Our next Act Talk workshop is going to be the third Thursday in September, and it's going to be on customer service, because that's another great area of opportunity we have in Dominica with regards to how we deal with the customers. So that's one of the projects that we've reintroduced. The other one is our newsletter. We used to do it every week, but we've moved it now, effective this month, to twice a month. And in that newsletter, we talk about policy changes, flight schedules, ferry schedules, articles that's been written about Dominica. And we also promote our members and their businesses. So, for example, right now it's staycation packages, right? So we're promoting all our members that have these packages to the public. We have spotlight. So we actually dedicate a page to talking about a specific member and their business and what they're doing well, and to promote their business. The other thing we did, we brought back Hike Fest, which was a great success, and we're looking forward to next year. Hike Fest is in May. We do a different trail every Saturday in May. The other thing is, again, it's advocacy, right? So advocate on behalf of our members. So we participated in the budget talks, and what we would like to see in the budget with regards to tourism for the 2024-2025 national budget. So again, it's all about these things that need to be done that has a big impact on our industry. That's what the HTA does.
You mentioned a staycation. A lot of persons are inquiring. It's summertime. People are inquiring about staycations. Do you have anything to share?
Yes. So Rosalie Bay has a phenomenal package, and you can go onto our Facebook page, right? Our Dominica Hotel and Tourism Facebook page, because we post all of these packages online. So Rosalie Bay has a great package. I don't remember pricing off the top of my head because I wasn't ready for that one. But Rosalie Bay, Jungle Bay, Fort Young Hotel, Intercontinental, and Intercontinental also has a weekend day pass event, which is really phenomenal. People should explore that. Rosalie Bay has it's an event at the end of the turtle season. So it's a health and wellness event, but I went, it is awesome. You have to try it. Not just the drinks and the food, but the way they immersed culture into the entire experience. And it culminates with the last hatching of the baby turtles.
When is that event? That sounds interesting.
I think it's the last. It's a Saturday in August. I don't remember the exact date. But again, go onto our website, onto our Facebook page, and you can. It's Rejuvenation. That's the name of the event at Rosalie Bay.
And
But it is,
your Facebook page is what?
Dominica Hotel and Tourism Association.
Okay.
That's that's our Facebook page.
Any other staycation packages?
I'm sorry.
Any other staycation packages?
I can't remember all of them at the top of my head. You put me on the spot. Citrus Creek has one. So Rosalie Bay, Citrus Creek, Fort Young, Jungle Bay, Intercontinental. Oh my God, there is one up by Springfield side. It's a little cottage with a pool, 3-bedroom. I want to do it one day. I apologize. I forgot the name of it. But again, just go onto our Facebook page and you can find all of these promotions. Because again, that's what we're here for, right? To talk about our members and to promote their businesses.
Any key achievements or milestones from the initiatives that you mentioned before?
So one of the things that we have seen is greater engagement by the members in terms of policy development. So right now, the big uproar now are the changes in the new water access charge. For example, and how it's affecting everybody's business. So again, one of the things that DHGA is doing is setting up meetings with the governing bodies, right, of these organizations to discuss not just the why, but how can we make changes that actually make sense to everybody and their businesses, because everybody understands we need to pay more for water. That's not the issue. The issue is how the water access charge was instituted and determined who would fall in what bucket. So that's really where the issue is. So that's one of the things that
I'm hoping that this drives some success and benefits all of us.
Yes, and that's the thing about DHGA is whatever it is we advocate for on behalf of our members doesn't only benefit our members. It benefits different sectors of the economy. So in the budget, for example, one of the things we advocated for was the reinstallation of the hyperbaric chamber at the hospital, which will have an amazing positive impact on our diving industry.
Hyperbaric chamber.
Yeah. So the hyperbaric chamber is, how can I say it? It's really it's a chamber that really infuses pure oxygen into a human body. So for divers, for example, if they dive too deeply and stay too long or come back up too quickly, their body can become deprived of oxygen and they need an influx of pure oxygen really quickly. That's a huge risk that all divers face all over the world. But if we have one here, it would have a direct impact on the number of divers that we get, because most professional divers want to know that there's one on hand, God forbid something happens, right? So, however, although it will be a huge boon for our diving industry, it also has so many other benefits. So, for example, people with diabetic sores, the pure oxygen in the chamber has proved, documented to show it helps hasten the healing of those sores. If you have a burn victim, it helps heal the burn scars, right? So it has a lot of other benefits that, even though it's for tourism, but there are other benefits to having this. So that's the beauty of DHTA.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Any other milestones or accomplishments based on
Okay.
your initiatives?
So we're hoping to roll out in the next tourism, cruise ship tourism season coming in October, a back roll for Roseau. So right
I
now,
recall having
I
a
know,
conversation with you about that, Ria. It's gonna
yes,
happen.
yes. I'm hoping. I'm
Okay, okay,
hoping,
this
and
is good. This
we're
is good.
finalizing pricing with different bars, and then we have to send the packages to the cruise ships to get approval. So we're hoping that we could institute that. So the idea for the back roll is not just cruise ship visitors, but anybody could do this. So to have five or at least five participating bars, and each bar in Roseau, one for Roseau, one for Portsmouth, and each bar offer a different drink. So one would offer local rums, one would offer our local bush rums, one would offer our other local rums, so our vodka, our gin, our local actually bottled and packaged rums. One would offer cocktails using our local rum. So again, it's all about promoting local and developing yet another untapped product that we have in Dominica. So
And I appreciate that concept because I've seen a lot of tourists and I've spoken to a lot of them. And when they get off the ship, one thing they want to do is just go to a bar and sit.
just go to a bar.
They just want to go somewhere and sit and have a
Yeah,
drink. That's
yeah.
all they want to
That's
do.
all they want to do.
A few of them will, a lot of them will travel around the island and do the tours. But a large number just want to sit and have a drink somewhere and just relax.
And Roseau itself, as a space, as a city, has so much potential,
Yes.
right? Our architecture, for example, our history, just our churches, for example, even if they're either under construction or they're damaged, but the history that surrounds these properties, that in itself has to be redeveloped into a tour. I know we used to do it before, but I don't think there used to be a walking tour of Roseau, going to different sections of Roseau and giving the history. We need to again bring that back. And we also have to do that in conjunction with other things. So something as simple as making sure sidewalks are clear. So develop a plan, for example, to have, which is another proposal we put with regard to the budget, where we have our street vendors to locate them on streets that have sidewalks on both sides of the road, so they can be on one side and the other sidewalk would be clear for pedestrians to walk. Again, making Roseau this walking, livable, accessible space. Not just that, but we have two art galleries in Roseau. We have the Vetiver one that's in Melrose House, right upstairs of Velvet Lounge.
Yes.
La Cour upstairs, as well as the gallery at Fort Young Hotel. Our visitors want to see our local art. They want to see our local artists. They want to support our local artists, and we have to make sure that they're aware of what's available. So I could go on and on and on, but okay. Yeah.
You're doing good, and I appreciate the plans that you have moving forward. But pray tell, how have these programs, those that you have mentioned before, how have they impacted the tourism industry in Dominica so far?
So what we're trying to do is to putting a foundation for long-term growth, right? So it's I can point to things that say, okay, for example, Hike Fest. Great success, great participation. We included the schools, the high schools to participate in our first hike. We invited other hiking groups to come down, and we actually had a group from Martinique, from Guadeloupe, come down and do our Jacko Flats hike. And we already have interest in from hiking clubs for 2025 from Trinidad, Guyana, Antigua, Barbados, St. Lucia, and Martinique for 2025 to come and participate. So in including these other islands in our Hike Fest, we're increasing our stayover visitors, because again, that's the goal. The goal is to have as many people come to Dominica, enjoy Dominica, learn about Dominica, go back and then come back with their partners, their children, their families, their friends, and increase our stayover tourism and have a much bigger impact on our local economy. So Hike Fest is one of those that I can point to. that has already had an impact on our local economy. Act Talk workshop. One of our members identified doing like a tea ceremony, right, on their property, and that's a project, right? That's a project,
I
and
like tea.
looking our using our local bush tea, so not brew, so just growing herbs and making different teas from there and having the little local cupcakes, and so doing that as a product. So she's still working on it, so I don't want to.
Go into detail.
Right.
Yes.
So hopefully that will roll out in the end of this year into 2025. But it's those things. Seacliff Gin came up with a second flavor of gin. Oh my God, it's so good. So everybody is doing something to move their business and the industry forward. So, for example, I went up to Daly's, La Plaine Daly's the other day. I have hot foot. I go everywhere. So invite me, I will come. And just within that little space, I was able to identify an entire tourism product just for the main road in Daly's, right? So think about it. If you start off in Rosalie Bay, you do breakfast or brunch in Rosalie Bay. Then there's Rosalie Bay Rum Distillery, right after Rosalie Bay. Then you keep driving up towards La Plaine. The bay leaf oil distillery is right on the
Right
main road,
there.
and the smell and the guys, and it's a cooperative and how they run it. So I was like, you could roast breadfruit on the wood. You could do this.
Something can work, right?
Involve
Yes.
food. And then right next to that, they're making, not right next, but a little lower down, they're doing cassava flour, like the old fashioned, the open
So that makes
cast
a
iron.
wonderful tour.
And with Seuss, there's about 3 different Seuss on that road. I was like, what are y'all talking about? We could make this a product.
Yes.
So it's all of these things that we have, but for us, it's just there. So how do we develop them into products? How do we package it, and how do we market them? So those are the things that we're working on.
Good job, Rhea. Good job. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back. We're talking tourism right here with Rhea Williams of Dominica Hotel and Tourism Association.
You got it right.
If you're now joining us, good morning to you. This is Talking Tourism right here on DBS Radio. And of course, my name is Monel Alexis. I am your host. And with me is Miss Ria Williams. She is the Executive Vice President of Dominica Hotel and Tourism Association. Earlier, we spoke about what are the plans of DHTA, what has been going on over the past few months since she has been in office, and she has mentioned quite a lot of amazing things that has been happening. Now the question is, how can you become a member? How can you benefit from Dominica Hotel and Tourism Association? Find out right now. Stay tuned. All right, Ria, so let's talk about membership opportunities for members. What opportunities does the HTA offer to its members?
So a number of things. Discounts in participation in our Act Talk workshops. So you don't pay the full cost.
As you're on Act Talk workshops, when is the next workshop?
The next one is the third Thursday in September. I don't remember the date off the top of my head, but I just know it's the third Thursday in September, and it's a whole day event. It's usually from 8 to 4. And what we try to do, instead of doing a 2-hour event where somebody just comes and talks at you, we make it interactive. So the next one will be on customer service. So the goal for that program is to not just talk about what good customer service looks like, but also to use that opportunity to develop almost like a training manual that can be used to onboard and train new staff or existing staff.
Good.
Because again, the key with everything that we want to do at DHTA is have a long-term impact. So I don't want to sit there and talk to you about this is my idea of customer service, but I want everybody to be as involved as possible in developing a specific framework and training manual for what good customer service actually is and what it feels like on the ground. So the foundation is established and is consistent across all industries.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. All right, so we're talking about opportunities at DHTA for their members. So let's get back to that.
Okay, so that free promotions. So we do, if you're a member, we promote your business, what events you're holding, we promote that. We're here, we're talking about, you have the opportunity to talk. I have the opportunity to, put your product out on the market in a larger sphere. Because I think one of our largest untapped market in tourism in Dominica are our Dominican nationals abroad, and who are great listeners of DBS, right? So, we use this opportunity to talk about your product to them. So when they come now, they'll do something other than just visit their family. So they will go gin tasting, for example. They'll go kayaking with Soufriere Outdoor Center. They will go to Rosalie Bay to see the turtle nesting. They will go to Intercontinental for their Sunday brunch. They'll go to Fort Young for, what's that event they have on Friday nights? I can't remember the name. But anyway, any night you can go to Fort Young Hotel, okay? Their cocktails are great. So that's what we're here for, right? So we can help them steer where they should spend their money. Because if a visitor comes and doesn't spend money, were they really here, right?
Sure.
So we want them to actually invest in the local community by supporting our local businesses.
I agree, and I want to encourage everyone listening, locals, non-nationals, if you're
Dominican
Dominicans
nationals
abroad.
Yeah.
When you come here and you take your pictures, post online, you use our hashtags.
Yeah.
You can help us market
Yes.
Dominica, and we are always happy to have your support. Hashtag Dominica, hashtag Discover Dominica,
Hashtag DHTA.
hashtag DHTA. So whatever you do, we can follow the conversation. If something is going on, we like the content, we can post it on our platforms
Yes.
to amplify the reach and to further share that great content that you have created.
Yeah.
So we encourage
And
people to create content, take pictures, write about it, post about it.
yes,
Dominica
yes.
is ours to promote. So if all of us play our part, then we have a better Dominica. Yeah.
And not just a better Dominica, but think about the power of the personal experience, right?
Storytelling,
So storytelling is really, really
testimonials,
important.
yes.
And if we, for example, the Indian River, right? Growing up to me, it was just the Indian River. But then when I experienced it and looked at it from the through the eyes of a visitor, I see the tranquility, the calm that comes over you as you're in that boat, not an engine, but just the oars, just on the, the rhythmic hitting of the water, and the songs of the birds. It's just a phenomenal grounding experience that's very different from a marketing person saying do the Indian River, right? Because it's a very personal experience that you're inviting other people to share, right? That's the power of our voices when we talk about Dominica, when we talk about things to do in Dominica, and when you work with us on developing Dominica into a product, because it's going to take all of us.
Agreed.
Community tourism is where we're going to be successful. So, by the way, any community tourism organizations out there, I really want to meet you. Please, please, please call 275-1974 or 275-7454, because, I would love to meet with all of these different groups to talk about tourism within their communities and how we can all work together to take it to the next level.
Awesome. I want to say good morning to all the folks tuning in on social media. And Delma, she says she always reposts and she'll be sure to use the hashtags. Good morning to the folks from Antigua and others from Dominica and further afield who are tuned in to Talking Tourism. Ria, we were talking about opportunities for DHDA members. I know we sidetracked.
Those are all opportunities, though.
We were talking about opportunities and we stopped on promoting. So promoting your members where? I know you mentioned you have a newsletter. We have this program here. You have your...
We have Facebook. We have Instagram. And just so right now we're actually talking about opening up our newsletter to the general public. So it will not just be circulated among our members, but so that's an even bigger platform for our members to promote their properties and their businesses, because now it's going to be available to anybody to be able to see and get updated on tourism industry in Dominica. So we promote their businesses everywhere. I'm walking in town and I see people and I just stop and, okay, so what are y'all doing? What do you want to do? And I've walked people to places.
Good job.
I walked people, So you don't know where to eat? Okay, you could go to La Cou, you could go to Realm, you just want to drink, you could go to Velvet Lounge, so you go to Sutton Place. It's just like there are so many opportunities that we have, again, in promoting our members by just this simple interaction, right? So that's really...
And promotion is restricted to members. So persons need to sign up to
You need
become
to
a member
yes.
to explore and enjoy the benefits.
Yes.
Outside of promotion, is there any other opportunities for your members?
So we're going...
Or are there?
Yes, so there are. So we're doing, for 2025... we want to relaunch the Experience Dominica magazine. So there was an annual magazine that DHGA used to publish.
I remember that.
Yeah, I think the last one was published in 2017. I'm just in love with the cover pages because, they're framed in the office. But we really would love to relaunch that magazine because, again, it is a beautiful way of promoting Dominica. And I'm sort of nostalgic when it comes to flying. When you'd sit in a plane and you would take the book out of the back pouch of the seat in front of you. I want that to be Experience Dominica that's being pulled out. But so that's the one of the things we're working on, and trade shows. and not just trade show in the traditional sense of promoting Dominica at trade shows, but trade shows in terms of promoting our local crafts in Dominica and developing networks between our local agro-processors, local manufacturers, local farmers, and our tourism industry, our accommodations, and our restaurants. So, for example, one of the things that we're working on right now and we're waiting to hear back is on soaps. We make so many soaps here, but yet still many of our hotels import the soaps for their guests.
Sure.
So we're working with a couple local soap producers to see would it be possible to take a bar and cut it into slivers, because you have to use fresh soap for each guest that comes, so it can't be the big bar. And what would the costing be? Because if it's just as cost effective to buy the local soap, just imagine of the impact on our economy if our local soap producers were supplying soaps to all of our hotels. Same thing with our body wash, our shampoos, our all our skincare
That would be amazing.
products. That would be amazing. But just think about the multiplying impact on our
Yes.
economy. So that's one of the things that we're working on. The other thing as well is on trying to partner farmers with our hotels, particularly those with restaurants on site, to make sure that they have a consistent local supply of fresh organic fruits and vegetables.
Good.
Right? But again, all of that takes time because it's something that you have to establish and develop the relationships and partner. But those are things that we are working on right now. So.
Your team is doing a phenomenal job.
Oh, and medical insurance.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Yes. So we're currently in talks with Sagicor to offer medical insurance to DHTA members, which open to be their members, their staff, and their families.
Good.
We've received the proposal. The board is currently reviewing it and discussing the different options that they have provided us with. But that is a huge benefit because when you think about it, you never know when you're going to get sick. You never know when you're going to need airlift, and airlift is included as part of the coverage. We made sure of that. Dental and eye care is also included as part of the coverage. So, but again, and it's all because it's under the DHTA umbrella, then we have a larger pool. So rather than each individual business with maybe 3 people, or 4 people going to an insurance company and getting a pricing, and then it's priced out of their market, because we have, and I think so far we have 80-something
Members.
people that have signed up for the insurance. The cost per month is significantly lower than if you were just dealing with a group of 3. So that's a huge benefit that we're going to have going forward for our members.
Big question. Who can become a member? And
Anybody can become a member. Anybody. Okay, I just want to be very clear. Anybody can become a member. Anybody in, and that's because tourism impacts every sector of our economy, right? No, there's no sector that is not impacted somehow by tourism, from food production, farming, even healthcare. All of these are impacted by tourism, right? So anybody can become a member. All you have to do is call the office. We don't have our website yet. That's another thing we're working on.
Yes.
Hopefully by the AGM, we'll be able to do the soft launch. Fingers crossed. So just call the office, 275-7454, and we will email you the membership application form. And the annual fee ranges for accommodations anywhere from $500 a year. I think the highest is $2,500 a year, and it's based on the number of rooms that you have. For any other business, it's anywhere, for Airbnbs, it's from 100 up, again depending on the number of rooms that you have. Yes, an Airbnb property owners can and should become members.
Yes.
Definitely a huge participant in the industry.
And homestays.
And homestays for sure. And homestays particularly because we're working on a plan with regards to the Waitikobuli National Trail to bring down university students to hike the trail. These students, some will have money and can afford hotels, others will be on a very tight budget. So we'd love to see homestay participants become members so they can offer their services to students along the trail because it'll be at a much reduced cost per student per night, and that way in so doing they will have a continuous year-round participation of these students because again the trail is there year-round, so how do we get people to hike the trail year round? So definitely homestays.
And do you offer payment plans?
Yes, so you can choose to pay all in one sum per year or quarterly, so every 3 months until the year is paid.
And one more time, your contact information, please.
Is 275-7454, or you could email at admin, ADMIN, at dominicahta.org.
What about your office?
That's the office. Oh, my office.
Yes. Can people
It's a secret.
Can people walk in?
Anybody can, and listen, anybody can walk in, and believe me, when people walk into my office, Gianni and Nelisha, who are my backbone, by the way, I could not do this without them. They just start cracking up because they know I'm going to be in there for like an hour, like talking. Anybody that comes in, I don't care who you are, we'll sit down, we'll have a conversation. So the office is in the third floor at Prevost Cinema Mall, and we're there from 8 to 4. You come in, believe me, I'll talk to you. I have zero problems talking to you. Zero. Talk to you. So yeah.
I will add that you're well suited for your job.
Oh, thank you.
I love your energy. I would have mentioned that a few times. I love your energy and your passion for what you do. And I think for a lot of persons who are placed in positions like yours, you have to be passionate about the job.
Yeah.
So the job doesn't feel like work. It's just something you love doing every day and you do it well.
Yeah,
so I commend you. And somebody else on the live said, such a great ideas, young lady. Keep up the great work.
Oh, thank you.
And I support that wholeheartedly.
Thank you.
So, keep up the good work, Ria. We love it. Okay, so we're almost done. It's almost 11 a.m. But do tell, how does DHTA collaborate with other organizations and stakeholders in the tourism industry?
Okay, so right now we are building these relationships. So we are in talks with, for example, yesterday we met with, I'm going to kill her name, Rosalind Paul. She used to be the Minister of Culture.
From Paybush, yes.
Right. Okay. Talking about her proposal for community tourism with regards to culture in different areas in Dominica. Thank you, by the way, for making the time. 2-hour meeting. We went through the proposal, discussed changes, how it can be improved. So we're working with anybody and everybody. Okay.
Yes.
We're working with village councils. So the Casabrus Village Council, Wabinsiwik Village Council, Point Michelle, I think, Village Council. I'm waiting for them for when they have their next one to get invited to come talk about tourism in their communities. So anybody who, again, I have hot foot, I will go. Okay. So those are the things that we're doing. Also networking with healthcare professionals, because again, if we don't have a good healthcare in case of an emergency, right, for our visitors, we have to make sure that they're covered on all levels.
Agreed. And Ria, it's almost time for us to wrap up for yet another Talking Tourism. So your final words, Ria, before we wrap up this morning. And I apologize for the prompt stop.
So final words, DHTA is here to serve the community, serve our members. So of course, we invite as many people to become members as possible. We also have opportunities to contribute to fundraising on our Patreon patreon.com/DHTA site to support our different tiers for different products in Dominica. So I'll be here the third Wednesday of every month, myself, Monel, and whichever guest that we have, causing good trouble in Dominica.
All right, Ria, thank you so much. I'm always happy to be in your company. You match my energy.
I
So
know,
this
I
is
love it.
like right now I'm a little tired. I told you, I just feel tired. I feel like I need a few days just to sleep, and then I could come back to my normal self. But I love being with your company, and I appreciate you for coming here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right, guys, so this is where we wrap up for yet another Talking Tourism right here on DBS Radio. If it's your first time in Dominica, I welcome you to the Nature Island. I do hope that you have a wonderful stay here with us. And while you're on the Nature Island, remember, respect our environment, respect yourself, respect our people, and ensure you have fun. My name is Monel Alexis, and until next week, Wednesday at 10 a.m., do stay blessed. Take care now.